Episode 14 of the Utility Players podcast. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you, my guys. For all the nerds out there, I don't know.
Star Wars sucks.
And then this episode will be dropping on Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all the the native Mexican Americans out there.
Drink those cervezas today.
Yeah.
Modelo is better than Corona.
It for sure is, without a doubt.
Fuck with Dos Equis, I like that.
Yeah, Dos Equis is good. Dark or light?
Either way, I used to drink the lighter ones back in the day, but I haven't had a Dos Equis in years.
Also want to say it is Teacher Appreciation Day. So shout out to all teachers.
It's the week, no?
I am married to the greatest teacher that walks this year.
Yeah, you are.
So.
The largely unappreciated, underpaid teachers in the world.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Shame. What a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll throw that in a topic.
Yeah, teachers are definitely underpaid because, I mean, they had to deal with my ass. And, I mean, I wasn't all that terrible, but, like,
imagine
pretty bad. So, like, I wouldn't want to deal with myself at that age, bro.
Hey, that's funny, though, because that's exactly how I thought when I met her and started to, like, see the shit she dealt with. And I was like, whoa, like, teachers had to deal with me, and I wasn't a bad kid. I mean, I got good grades, but I was one of those kids that I didn't follow rules. I still don't follow rules, but like I would try to get all the homework right away. That was going to be for the whole year. I would do it, and then I basically would fuck off the rest of the year and be disruptive, apparently. So
yeah, I was a smart ass. I'm a smart ass now, and you could imagine when I'm 12 years old, I think I know better or know more than they do, and I was 12. I was a piece of shit. But,
so imagine that, like teachers having to deal with me, Ray, Danny, Nick, all in the same class every day. It's like, whoa.
They didn't really have to deal with me because I never really went. So,
and most of the time there are about 3 to 5 shitheads in every class, and
for sure.
God bless them.
Then for Emily, she teaches special ed and behavioral kids. Man. So all of her kids are like, you know what I'm saying.
There's challenges. Absolutely.
There's one might snap off and choke another one in a minute, and I don't know.
God bless her.
That's nuts.
So because there's not much sports news out there, and last week we covered only a few topics, and we had some good quality conversations and discussions, but we want to kind of keep this more of a random forum for this episode, kind of get random topics involved. So you guys tell me what you guys want to talk about. We'll kind of flow with it. We'll keep it time stamped in the episode the best I could do, but open floor. Go ahead.
The NHL should have suspended Tom Wilson for ever. Okay, the guy's a repeat offender.
Maybe you should
doing some wild shit.
Recap what happened.
All right. I mean, I didn't watch the game because the season's almost over.
Yeah.
The Rangers suck this year.
And nobody cares about hockey, but other than that.
I mean, I care about hockey like the last week of the season and then the playoffs. Playoff hockey and live hockey are very fun.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Live hockey's lit.
But basically, Tom Wilson, he plays for Washington, I believe the Capitals. Repeat offender, guy's super dirty. He's like Richie Incognito and Ndamukong Suh in one, but on skates.
That's a good analogy. That's a good reference point there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mix in a little.
Been in fights, been in dirty plays, just does unnecessary shit. So I don't know the whole story, but I did see that they were in a little bit of a fight, a little scuffle during the game with the Rangers. And Artemi Panarin, who's probably the Rangers' best player right now, didn't have his helmet on. He threw him to the ground on the ice and then was like trying to, I don't know if he landed any punches, but was swinging on him. So he just got fined. That was it.
Yeah. Didn't he get he got like a 5-minute penalty, I think.
A major,
and then got fined.
I think they call it.
Yeah.
And all he did was get a fine. So it's amazing to me where in the NFL, if you smoke weed twice, you're out forever. But if you continuously beat the hell out of people and do dirty things, you are just fined. no suspension, no hearing, nothing. So
Yeah.
NHL, get it together. The players are pissed off. I know the Rangers released a big statement saying they're just disappointed with the NHL, disappointed with the person who runs that committee, and they feel that he's unfit to do his job now. So
Yeah.
pretty big statement out from them. But yeah, man, just
It
we're not
looks
talking
way
about hockey
worse.
forever, but
It looks, if you watch the video, it looks
Please
way
don't.
worse than you described. I mean, it looks like the Rangers players are trying to catch him after that game outside the stadium somewhere. It looks pretty bad.
Yep.
I don't know.
yeah, if Dom
RP
Smith was there, he
Blackhawks,
definitely
no
would have
flag.
said, "Hey, catch me in the tunnel after this, pal."
Like
Must
the
be
Yankee
grown-ass
fans are
man.
about to do in the Bronx against the Astros right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, clearly the more they boo, the more home runs the Astros hit. So
Yeah, right. Ironically enough, I had both of them on my fantasy team, the ones that hit home runs today,
there you go.
which is weird.
Yeah, we're in
Who else
another
did you have on your
dimension
fantasy
today.
team?
We're in another dimension today in terms of fantasy teams and starting pitchers, because that Cubs Dodgers game, I was like, I looked at it. I looked at my phone and looked at the score quick, and I was
I
like,
knew it.
wait a minute.
I knew
Wait
it.
a minute.
It just too good. That's how starting pitching is, right? Like Hendricks, inconsistent all year. I was like, I know when I take him out, he's gonna
Yeah.
do well. He pitched technically a complete game because it was only 7 innings. So I
Yeah.
said in the group chat, I was like, oh, he'll probably go complete game, no clean. I meant no runs, and he went 1 earned run, 7 innings. I was just like, fuck. And then Kershaw gets taken. I think it was his shortest outing of his career or something.
Yeah.
What are the
I
chances?
don't know.
Come, whatever.
That's how it always happens though with like any fantasy sports. Like
Yeah,
if you second guess yourself, like you already fucked
knew it.
yourself over.
Yep.
It's not only fantasy sports. To me, it's like sports betting too. I feel like
Yeah.
in a way we are in a simulation, because every time I lock in on something, I know this is going to happen. Like the stats behind it almost guarantee that this is going to happen. Then something crazy, ridiculous happens that's completely opposite of what normally would, and I lose my parlay or lose the bet. And then I'm like, what does Vegas know? How are they so good at
Vegas
this?
knows, bro.
You know,
They know.
Undefeated.
the only option is we live in a simulation. We're a bunch of,
Idiots.
little
Degenerates.
people. Yeah.
I was watering
Somebody
my
watching
grass
over
today,
us.
thinking about
Aliens control our world, maybe.
Yeah. What were
It's
you
got
gonna
to
say,
be
Ray?
something bigger.
You're
I said I was
watering your
watering
grass?
my grass today, thinking about how I'm in a simulation, and like in my head, I was like, I'm watering grass. Somebody's watching me right now, like watching my behaviors. And it's like, well, what does it all
Controlling
matter?
your movements.
Well, like I enjoyed myself because it was like serenity outside. It was very hot. I was doing some stuff, but it was just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Hey, I've always wanted to ask this question, so maybe this is what be wonders this week, because you led me into it.
Yeah, just
Honest
get started
question.
early.
Has everybody on here watered grass before?
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
with
every day.
sprinklers?
My sprinklers
Yeah.
are broken.
Sprinklers,
So I watered
whatever.
myself.
Yeah. So like you literally going outside, turn the sprinkler on or whatever, right?
Yep,
Never.
been there. Yes,
Mandy
Okay.
mows the lawn.
Okay.
that's
Anyway,
real, man.
you get the concept of it. Do you ever feel every time you're watering grass that this is bad? Not because it's not bad for the grass, but you feel like you're wasting water.
Yeah, all the time. I have to though. Like today, it's funny you said that because my day started off with putting more water in my pool and at the same time doing laundry. And then what did I do right after that? I watered my grass. I had
Yeah.
water on or was using water for about 8 hours today, but I needed to. I didn't have an option. So
No,
that's
I know
funny. You brought that up when that was my day, was wasting water
every time.
or investing
I'll go
water. I
out-
like to say investing water.
Yeah, I'll go
Investing
out
water.
and water mine and like, trying to get mine to grow in certain areas or doing
Yeah.
stuff. And then I'll come back inside. I'll be looking outside the window at my sprinklers, and I'll start to think about, I don't know, a country in Africa where they don't have access to clean water.
Or
and they have to-
Cuba.
Yeah, or Cuba, or basically almost anywhere but America, or another populous zone. And like, man, look at all the water we're wasting here. Then I'll panic and feel bad. I'll go back outside. I'll turn the water off. And then I'll look at my grass and be like, grass is not growing there. So I'll move the sprinkler, water that grass, and then I'm like, oh, fuck it, they'll figure this water thing out at some point.
Bro,
I gotta get my grass to grow.
My life has been watering grass because my sprinkler system the piping is messed up, so it won't go through properly and spread out. So I have to do it myself. So I have been watering my lawn for 2 hours every single day. It's a lot.
Yeah.
The back, the front, the side. So that's basically my full-time job right now is watering some lawn. But hey, hopefully by summer I fertilized it on Earth Day. Hopefully I'll have a great lawn for summer.
Just think of it this way. Think of it. It's your process every day to the final result. So hopefully by summer you're gonna have this supreme looking grass that all your neighbors.
Oh yeah. I'll be sending pictures to you guys.
Yeah, they're gonna tell their neighbors and their friends about this dude that's got this grass that looks like something you've never seen. They're gonna tell somebody. It's eventually gonna get to the Miami Herald. They're gonna come and do an article on you. Then it's gonna get to the New York Times. Everybody's gonna wonder how you got your grass to grow this magnificent in this short amount of time. You're going to get so many phone calls. You're going to get something on QVC, maybe Shark Tank. You're going to be the new guy of the country. Golf courses everywhere. That's how you think. And then you won't feel bad about it at all until you get that bill.
Or
until I get the
world-
bill.
Water bill.
Well, one day
It has
the
gone
entire
up.
world
Okay.
will just be like artificial turf.
Golf
Right?
courses everywhere.
Hey, there's this lady in my
I thought
neighborhood
about that.
that literally they must hate grass because they took their whole front yard and made it like a patio, and then their sides they put artificial turf in. I'm like, those people hate.
Wait, are those the people across the street?
No, they're like
Uh,
across as you're about to go on that path to that park that's in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha. All right, can you guys want to talk about the draft?
You mean you want to talk more about watering lawns?
No, I'm good.
I mean,
I'll pass on that.
Isn't this a landscaping podcast?
No,
Places in America that don't got clean water.
I
Which is
hate
not-
my
That's
I
true.
hate my yard.
Yeah.
Flint.
I hate my yard is
Yeah.
probably uneven. It's so uneven. It's not even a joke. Like
I
if,
just had
you,
a
if
cameo.
I
So,
walked in my
uneven,
backyard,
you're gonna
I'd
put a
probably
basketball court on it. A basketball hoop on it.
I'd probably twist my ankle just walking back there.
In
And
your
then
backyard?
if Melo's outside by himself for like 20 minutes, the dude's just digging holes in random spots. So now you really break your ankle if you're walking back there.
Oh.
Yeah, let's
First
get-
off, I've been in your
Go ahead.
backyard. It is not that hilly.
Hey man, we just got a new deck. It was completed today.
nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did they? Yeah, it looks dope. By the
I
way.
like it.
I've seen the pictures.
So what
like
what did you want to cover? Let's knock out some sports early
How-
on so we can get into the fun stuff in the middle of the pod.
Yeah, like let's knock out this draft.
Ooh.
Which of
Hey,
our
you
teams
guys-
picked first?
Ooh.
It was
You
the
guys
Dolphins
take
that
over.
picked first, right?
How do we feel?
How do
I'm
we
straight.
feel?
I'm excited. I feel like
Okay.
the Dolphins did the right thing. You know, I was a little surprised they took Jalen Phillips 18th, but I mean I'm hyped for the pick. He played at UM, so they must have seen something firsthand when he was practicing or playing down there. I mean, he ran like a 4.56,
Mm.
so I'm excited
Oh,
for
the
that
Dolphins
pick.
didn't draft. In fact, they didn't
Huh.
draft him. They kicked him out.
Who?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Don't make me sad.
That boy,
shit.
Who are you talking
the
about?
one that
Move on.
the one that follows us.
Oh, that boy Yuri. He still
The
won't
one-
repost us.
The one
Hey.
that keeps reposting us, and we have to tell him to stop reposting us.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
if you
real.
guys are familiar with Daniel Jeremiah. I
No.
believe he works for NFL Network. He's moved the sticks on Twitter. No, nobody. All right, cool.
Nope.
I'll fuck
No.
off. He
Fuck
released
off.
a points per pick Excel sheet type thing. Basically, giving each draft pick a certain amount of points and then dividing it by the amount of picks that you had. And so number one was actually the Dolphins, and number two was the
Wait.
Giants.
As in like his ratings.
Yep.
So
But he's like well respected. He goes down to the Senior Bowl every year,
where are the Bears?
does all that.
Yeah, one of the only ways I judged the Giants' first round pick was that what's the head coach of the Jags now?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer wanted the wide receiver. He was hoping that he would drop.
Oh, yeah.
19th.
Yeah, he was
19th?
disappointed. So
Oh, shit. We had an
He's
A
good
draft.
though. Kadarius. He's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like the
you
pick
guys
at
didn't
first.
really, you guys didn't really need offensive, weapon. You guys have a lot of weapons already.
He's going to be perfect for us.
Yeah,
though.
I think they're gonna try
I saw
to
him play
be
for
Who's gonna
creative.
play him at though?
probably
He'll
slot.
Shep will
Slot?
be in the slot. Shep will be in the slot, but he can actually play outside and inside. But he'll be more of a jet sweep type of guy.
Yeah.
Quick screens.
Or
He's good in space. His
I-
change of
I-
direction is incredible.
I seen today he threw a few times in college too. So like,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be in when he's in. He's either a distraction for another play or the place to him to do something. Come across jet sweep like that. I like that because last year the Giants did not show creativity in their offense whatsoever. They were
And this is
very
make or break for
very
Jason Garrett
standard.
this year.
Absolutely. So we need to show
Make or
some
break for-
creativity. We need to. I like it because it gives us, the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why they're not only Patrick Mahomes, what he's able to do, but just the offense is, like the Saints as well. They're unpredictable. When you watch a game, you're gonna be like, you might see a play you never seen before. So hopefully the Giants can open up their offense with the weapons they already have. So that kid will be fun to watch. Hopefully this year, and he'll have some great plays.
Yeah.
It's a make or break in my opinion, for Daniel Jones now too. I mean,
Oh well, he won't be playing with the
he's-
Giants this year, so we don't.
why?
What?
Don't even say it. He ain't going there. He
Oh,
ain't going there.
brother.
There's like a
Listen to me.
2% chance of that happening.
If Aaron
He ain't going
Rodgers
there.
leaves the Packers, okay, which I can't see him in any other jersey, okay.
He's not
Okay.
gonna leave.
By any slim chance he does, Dave Gettleman better be on the phone, okay.
Yeah, I don't foresee him.
What would
leaving.
you give up? I mean, you would have to give up.
Daniel
Everything.
Jones,
They don't want Daniel Jones.
Dexter.
Well,
They're gonna play the QB from All American or whatever from Netflix.
They're gonna play Jordan Love.
Guy stinks.
Or yeah.
So,
Not
anyways,
Jordan Love.
Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence, maybe Julius Peppers. Shep can go. 17 first-round picks. Make it happen.
Yeah.
We can make it happen.
Yeah, I don't
Speaking
see
of
him
first round
leaving.
picks. Man, if you play back the tape, I wish we had a producer. If you play back the tape from last week's pod and you've
Elliot,
noticed
get on it.
you noticed
I just named him.
That's such a
We got
producer
200 people
name.
working upstairs. What do you mean we don't have a producer?
It's because I've been watching SVU and I decided that our producer's name is Elliot, by the way.
Yeah.
I just haven't told you guys.
uh,
Okay.
if you remember who I said to pick, I said I want the Bears to get Justin Fields. And if they didn't, I wanted them to get Tevin Jenkins. We got both those motherfuckers.
Hey,
Both of them.
Dope.
Both of them. Oh, I don't think I've ever been. I was playing softball. I still couldn't believe it that it actually happened.
I had to
I
say
had
it like
some-
4 times too.
when they got past the Falcons and the Falcons drafted Kyle Pitts.
Falcons, yeah.
Yeah. And then a couple more picks, and I noticed that Fields wasn't there. I was like, oh, we could literally trade up and get him. But the Bears would never do that. We did it once, and that was for Mr. Trubisky.
oh my God.
Right. And I was like, there's no way they'll go after Justin Fields. We never had a player like that. And then when it happened, I was like, oh my God. The Bears have never had a player like that ever in their history. Never. So
Hey, Devin Hester. What about
Jim
Devin?
McMahon.
I'm talking about QB.
Oh, okay.
Fuck Jim McMahon.
Oh,
Hate that guy. Shut his fucking mouth. He's not a true Bears fan. It's embarrassing that he actually got their win for us. And I don't care if any other Bears fan has problems with me. Fuck Jim McMahon. Shut your mouth with your CTE. Live in Arizona.
at me.
Nobody wants to hear from you. Go work at a hardware store because it's the only thing you can do. Fuck off, man. Anyways,
oh my
they've
God.
never had a QB like him. So sorry for putting so much pressure on him already. By the way.
Right.
But I just like how they go out then and get Tevin, who, to already get that protection for him. Already say, hey, we're all in on you. We need to protect you. I think Tevin Jenkins will be a baller too. And I like what Justin said. Did you see when he was at his house and then the reporter kind of asked him like, hey, what do you think? Did you have any words or thoughts? And he was like, I don't have many words right now. I'm excited. I can't remember the exact quote. He was like, there's not much to talk about.
My
There's-
epilepsy's hitting right now. Hold on.
I'm weak.
But he said there's been too much talk. It's time to do less talk and get to work. I just like that. So
I'm rooting
Ron
for him.
Robinson finally has a quarterback.
yeah,
I know,
ordered
right?
a jersey already.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't ruin him. Sit him the first 8 games, Chicago. Sit him the first 8 games. Let Andy Dalton play. If we are 6-2, 7-1, or 8-0, continue to let Andy Dalton play. If we are worse than that, then put him in. But sit
What
him
if you're
the first
5-3
8 games.
and leading the division or a game back?
We can address that at that time.
No, I believe in that strategy. I like that strategy for teams, and not
I'd rather
throwing
start him from day one.
No.
You know what?
You
What
can't
happens
do that in
what I-
today's NFL. You
Why
can't do
not?
that in today's NFL
it
because
kills
the
it
moment
kills
he
his
struggles,
confidence.
the moment he struggles, and he's gonna struggle, like everything in any sport today is immediately. Like you need to see
Yep.
immediate like signs.
So what if
of
you guys open up
success.
0-4?
Well, that's what happened to Eli and Kurt Warner. We opened up like 1-5, and then he played, but he still had that few games of learning, watching tape, having the feedback from the quarterback. I love the idea of 8 games is halfway through the year. Now it's 8.5 because we're playing 17. But I like giving 4 to 6 games to see where the team's at, and then opening it up, because kind of once the season's lost halfway through, you know you're just looking to develop the guy. But man, playing day one in the NFL is hard, man. Without, last year would have been hard with as far as no mini camp and all that, but hopefully
Did
we get more
Herbert start?
minicamp
Did
back.
Herbert play game 1? Was that when Tyrod was hurt, or was that like game 2?
I don't think it was game 1.
It
No,
was one, yeah, it was early on.
I don't know.
Did he get hurt? I'll have to look that up.
there was
The
a QB
Dolphins
who
did with
started from the
Tua.
beginning.
Pretty
Yeah, I think it
Elliott,
was
get on that,
Tyrod Taylor.
please.
But yeah, the Dolphins did that with Tua, like 7-8 games in the season, I think it was. And I
Yeah, it was
mean,
quiet for that Fitzmagic shit.
Yeah,
Huh?
well, Fitzmagic came back and won us the game against the Raiders.
That shit made
when
no
half his
sense.
face mask was like falling off. But I mean,
Now he's on the football team. Well, I'm interested to see how that's going to work, because he doesn't have many weapons there. So
Fuck them.
the defense is great,
Speaking of
but the offense, I don't know, that's going to struggle big time. Speaking of that, go.
Do you think they'll actually come up with a name, or those rumors are true? That
I think they're going to keep
stick
it.
with-
I think
how
they're
do you
going to
feel
keep
about-
Washington
how do-
football team.
How do you feel about that name?
I don't mind it. I think
I don't mind it either.
PTI talked about it a few times, and it's kind of taken that that soccer theme, with I don't know. I mean, you've done it for 2 years to come out with. I hope they don't become a gimmick name. Don't
Yeah.
either name them the Red Wolves because it's kind of the same initials or whatever it is, but like don't make it a gimmick. But that franchise has proven over the last 20, 30 years, they don't get many things right. So they'll probably
No.
fuck it up.
No.
Yeah.
I'll probably fuck it up.
I like them. I actually don't mind the name either. I
I
don't
like
know
it.
what they would call them, so I just don't know.
Yeah,
what they're gonna
I've heard the list.
come up with that.
They actually have a list of, I think, 20 or 30 names that they've taken like patents on or whatever, copyrights. And some of them are real deal reaches. Like one of them was the Razorbacks, obviously Red Wolves, Red Tails, because the military, the Air Force, that was the group of African-American pilots back in the day. But I mean, if you tie it to history and something around the region, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, just keep it. Washington football team, that's fine.
Yeah.
Probably the
Really
best you're
anybody
gonna
cares.
get.
Yeah, it is the best get. So do we all think that Rodgers is Rodgers playing game 1 for the Green Bay Packers this season?
No.
No?
No.
No? Who says yes?
He's
I
playing.
hope I'm wrong, but no.
Okay.
No. I'm
Yeah,
saying no, and it's not because he's sitting out either. He will be on another team.
I think he'll be playing day 1.
Where do you think he goes?
New York.
No.
Well, the 3 teams you named, they better oblige by that. What were the 3 teams? Denver, San Fran, and the Raiders.
Yeah, I see a lot of those
what?
rumors. Those teams
Those are
those
the
teams
three teams.
make sense. Like they could pursue
Pleasure.
him. Yeah, you could. I definitely.
Denver makes the most sense.
Yeah, I could see Denver. I can definitely see the Raiders as well. And San Fran, I don't know if I see anymore after them taking Trey Lance. I don't know if that would work out, but Denver and San Fran makes sense. And then I'm sure you saw that, tweet. I can't remember who said it about a trade, Wilson, him straight up, maybe some other
wow.
for Rodgers goes to Seattle, Russell goes to Green Bay.
I
I'm
didn't see
like,
that.
ooh, that's intriguing. That's intriguing too.
Yeah.
It's funny how
That
we're talking
sounds
about the
kinda
NFL
nuts.
like we do with the NBA. It's like it's really slowly over the last 2 or 3 years have been that where a player wants out, he usually gets traded. Odell Beckham did that. We're just seeing a lot of movement in the NFL similar to the NBA, and I mean that's how it's going. Players
if
trying to
you're-
control their own destiny.
If you see, apparently what Rodgers is upset about, who wouldn't be mad? I'd be like,
No, I don't
"Fuck this
blame him.
place."
I don't blame
know?
him. I can't imagine him leaving or playing with another team, I guess. But I don't
Yeah.
blame him.
You see Terry Bradshaw, what he said? Pretty
No,
I can't
What he
listen
said.
to
Harsh,
anything Terry
direct.
Bradshaw says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a quote. I didn't hear the audio of it, but they talked about it on PTI. It was like basically like he should retire then. He's being a diva. Basically that narrative of he's won MVPs. He's been on winning teams. Just shut up and play, stuff like that. That kind of old
Yeah.
man. Get off my lawn. No pun intended,
Yeah.
I guess.
Shut your ass up.
But he has a point to an extent where it's you've been on teams that have gone to the divisional round, the NFC Championship round, and stuff like that. So they're there. The teams are good. The organization's behind everybody. He just wants
That
out. And I get it.
organization is what it is right now because of him.
Yeah. He's been everything that they could imagine.
They've done nothing to help him. They don't
after
sign
the
free
Favre
agents.
era.
They don't sign big time free agents. Julius Peppers, Charles Woodson.
They don't.
I don't know.
They do a great
side.
job in
Darius
developing
Smith,
players. That's for
I
sure.
guess. Yeah, and that's what they do. Like credit to them. Like I'll give them that. But they
Shout
have
out
done
Cheese,
nothing
by
to
the
help
way.
this man. Yeah. They have done nothing to help this man.
Cheese is an actual person, Ben. By the way.
Yeah, it's our boy
Oh,
Jake.
damn.
Jake Cheese, yeah.
He's
Big
a Packers,
Packers
fan.
fan.
Yeah, cheesehead.
Wait, his
Fan
last
of the
name's
pod.
Cheese?
No,
No,
he's a cheesehead, so we just call him
Okay.
Cheese.
We just call
He
him
said
Cheese.
He said Jake Cheese. I'm like, please tell me his last
Yeah.
name's Cheese.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
didn't-
dopest last name ever.
I was in a group chat with him for like over a year until I didn't know his first name. So
Yeah.
now I do.
Their last 10 drafts, 9 defensive players, and then Jordan Love. So when you see teams like the Saints, who did all they could to help Breeze, the Chiefs loading up Mahomes, Seattle, even though it hasn't been to that extent, but still getting Russell weapons, and look at what the Bucs are doing with Brady,
Mhm.
or even the Browns with Baker.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're telling me you can't get this guy somebody? You can't go trade for Will Fuller? You can't get Will Fuller for the man?
I think
Like,
I
yeah.
think what it's been is that Aaron Rodgers is it's like a gift and a curse. His great play has masked that they don't have to make those type of moves, right?
Yeah,
So
they're taking
he's
advantage of how good
exactly.
he is.
And I think that's what's come to, to fruition with the last couple of years. He realizes that, like, damn, this team is not drafting weapons. It's time. And they are. You're right.
Yeah.
They're taking advantage of the fact that he's great, and they'll always have 10 wins. They'll get to the second round or be competitive in the playoffs, and they haven't done much to either spend money or invest in team. So I didn't realize that until we're talking about it now, but that's probably why he's frustrated. Or
I mean, the dude sat in front of the cameras and spoke about Cheese Kumaro, wide receiver, about how much he liked him. And then the next day they cut him
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
and didn't say a word to him.
They better figure it out
Yeah.
too, because Devontae's a free agent next season too. So
He's out.
He's out.
Boy.
You know he's gone.
if Rodgers
If-
ain't there,
If
Yeah.
Rodgers leaves, that
Devontae's
whole
in
thing's
there.
getting blown up. Devontae
gonna be-
leaves.
Screen
It has to
passes
get
to
blown up.
MVS for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
yeah,
good.
it definitely has
I
to
mean,
get blown up.
There's a new top quarterback in that division.
Jared Goff?
brother.
Jeez,
Oh,
please.
My goodness.
Justin Fields. Sorry.
You
I forgot.
guys should be appreciative of the draft picks that you got and just be on my side. You know,
Oh,
you got
I
another
thought
one.
we had a
and
great
then number-
draft.
Yeah.
I like our later picks too. So
Let's see. Moving on. Let's move on to some NBA basketball talk. We got Melo getting into the top 10, number 10,
My guy.
passing
Stay Melo.
Elvin Hayes. Next up is Moses Malone. Shout out Melo, been doing it. You know, he's out of the NBA for
how far can he
year.
realistically get up there? Who's still active
let's
on
see.
that
I
list?
think it was like 7.
So I think okay, so Wilt has 31,000 at 7, then it's Shaq at 28.5. Moses Malone is Moses Malone. He'll get into number 9 this season.
He'll pass
Yeah,
Shaq,
he
too,
only needs like 90 points for that.
if
And then
he
Shaq
plays
is
next year.
so he would have to play next year at a high level. So probably take 2 years to get to that because he's not averaging more than 12 points a game if he's
Right.
healthy, etc. So he'll probably finish off right behind Shaq at 9, which is that's
It's top
I mean,
10.
That's impressive.
exactly where we
Yeah.
thought he would be, top 10, top 15 not when he was drafted,
Hall
but
of
when we
Famer.
seen Melo Ball in Denver and what he was doing, scoring titles.
And he missed the whole season too on some bullshit.
He did.
Yeah.
He did lose a year. I mean, you could argue he missed everybody lost a little bit of a year last year too. So
Right.
Hey, I did forget to mention something while we were talking about the draft. If I can backpedal quickly.
sure.
I saw something on Twitter from Spotrac. He talks about like contracts and stuff like that.
I'm on that all the time, by the way.
Yeah. So this is the estimated contract amounts rookies are getting for the top 5. Trevor Lawrence. So it's basically, it depends. Like, it really depends where you get drafted. So Trevor Lawrence would be getting 36.8 million. After taxes, he's only getting 21.9.
Only.
So that's Florida.
Only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Zach Wilson in New York is getting 35.1 million. After taxes, 17.5.
Fuck, New York.
Half his shit is gone.
Same thing for Trey Lance in California, 34.1 to 16.1.
But it's wild.
Yeah.
He plays in New Jersey, so unless he lives in New York, so he's got to figure. Because I listened to a radio station that talks about this a little bit, like they've gotten into like players signing in New York versus LA, Florida, whatever. And I think he's got to. I think if he lives in New Jersey, plays in New Jersey, that changes it from living in New York, playing in New Jersey, something like that. So that's almost a
it could-
technicality with the taxes there.
It could go, like based off where the organization identifies their headquarters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which would be New
Then-
Jersey, I believe. I don't think anything in the Jets and Giants organization is
No.
physically in the state of New York.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Actually, the Jets practice facility is in,
Long Island?
isn't it in,
White Plains?
White Plains area.
Okay.
I think so. So that's a great question. I'm going to actually look into that. But I think
Interesting.
like, for example, for like baseball players, if they live somewhere in one state but play in another state, you have to, like, I guess tax wise, I'm a nerd about this stuff, like where it depends on how many times you're actually working in that state. Does it qualify you to pay taxes from that one or the one you live in? It's pretty, I mean, this is things that you have to think about as being a free agent. You're making a 5-10 year commitment, and taxes are an actual thing you have to do no matter what.
Right. Drew
So
Rosenhaus.
it's crazy that goes into a factor. So people want to say, oh, New York, LA, they get all the good players, but like these players are sacrificing money to play
Yeah.
there. So it's not like, you can make that like Giannis, he's making that bag in Milwaukee. I'm sure the taxes there are pretty nice.
For sure. Yep. All right. That's all I had for
Yeah,
for that little.
I mean, the other NBA
Fuck
story
taxes.
that I wanted to go into was, a lot of group chats were talking about it today, was Russell Westbrook. This is the 3rd season, right, that he's averaging a triple-double. Last year, he didn't
Yep.
do it, but the prior 2 seasons he did.
Most
Did-
underappreciated.
Absolutely. I think a part of that goes into not winning a title, not getting to the finals only once, stuff like that you want to some of it is outside of his control, but you can't deny his play over the last 5 years. Won an MVP. A lot of people are taking. Kendrick Perkins said today that he'd take him over AI. I want to see kind of who would you guys take, AI, Westbrook, right now if his career ended today.
I mean, I'm not gonna really touch on that, just because I love both players. But I mean, I would just say what Russell does, not just on the basketball court. I mean, he's really just one of a kind on the basketball court, in my opinion. But what he does for the community of every team that he's on is, I mean, above and beyond what he should be doing. Like, he's just that stuff goes. You can't talk about that really. Shout out my girl Larissa for big Russell Westbrook fan. So that's what I have to say about him. I mean, he's a great teammate. All his teammates have great things to say about him. So
he plays with that intensity too. You gotta love that every single night.
Not too many players.
That's what I love about him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Paul George said when he first went to Oklahoma City and he was playing with Russell, the one thing he noticed about Russell or that made him better was trying to match Russell's intensity, trying to match his work ethic, and the dude just never turns it off from the minute he walks in the building to the minute he leaves. And he might seem arrogant or cocky or talking to himself, yelling, cursing, but the dude, like, you guys were saying, off the court, really great guy. So just, quit the false narrative shit. And
it's annoying.
The dude's averaging a triple-double again. Like, this does not happen.
After his injuries and all that shit that he's had.
He's made it look easy. So he's made people are just like, oh, just averaging a triple-double again. No, it's like, this doesn't happen. I think he's the only person that has multiple 20 rebound, 20 assist games in NBA history.
He is.
Like,
he is.
Nobody's talking about that.
Right.
Imagine Russell. I always imagine this about him. Russell to me is the NBA player that is unfortunately playing in the wrong era.
Yeah,
Imagine him in in the AI era. Imagine him there with his intensity. Russell playing back then and coming up then. I think that's where he fits more. He fits more in that era with the way he plays. Him and AI are one of my favorite players. I'm gonna go edge AI just because of what AI did, like culturally, for basketball and just that aspect of it.
I agree with that.
Where's Russell play next year?
Oof.
It ain't Washington.
Yeah, I was looking at his shooting percentage, and the only thing you could really say about him is that he's a god-awful shooter. When it comes to three-pointer,
He's never been a good one, though.
I don't know what happened to that mid-range he had.
Even his mid-range used to be his game. I even looked at his free throw percentage. Bro, his free throw percentage this year is at his career low, like high 60s, low 70s, something like that. And then earlier in his career, if you look it up, he was shooting 80s. He shot 80% and above for the first, I think, 8 seasons and out of the last 3 or 4 years. So that lets you know right there. It might be mental, maybe change up some mechanics. But I always try to look at, great shooters and their free throw percentage. You can tell a lot whether it's mental or mechanics, which it is. But I grew up watching Jason Kidd. I was going to say this earlier, and I watched him get triple doubles probably, 5 to 15 times in a season. That was amazing. Nobody was doing that since Magic. And then before Magic, it was Oscar Robinson, Mr. Triple Double. But now we've evolved to Russell Westbrook just being that guy that averaged a triple double for 3 seasons, which when he first did it, his MVP year, we were enamored that one person did it one time in the modern era. Now it's kind of like, oh, big deal. Move on.
Yeah, who cares?
He averages another triple double, but this man's not doing it like Jason Kidd did. Jason Kidd, a lot of times he grabbed that 10th rebound. He had that 10th point. A lot of Jason Kidd's triple doubles were 10, 11, and 12, 14, 11, and 13. This guy's doing 20s and 20s.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
And that's not even points.
They're
that's
not
rebounds
baby
and
triple
assists.
doubles. They're not baby triple doubles. They're up there.
He's crashing the boards. Yeah, it's amazing. So that's why when I posted yesterday to the Instagram story, it was SpongeBob throwing flowers, because a lot of times you see on Twitter, like, we got to give these guys their flowers and their appreciation when they're playing, because sometimes unfortunate situations happen in their lives and in life in general, where we don't show that appreciation until it's too late. Then all of a sudden we're celebrating them when they're ill or not with us anymore. So what Russell Westbrook has to be talked about, appreciated now, because when we look at him in 10, 15 years, we're gonna be like, holy shit, why didn't I understand or appreciate that when he was playing? And we can watch him every single day. So they're making a playoff push. I, as a Net fan, I do not want to play them. We are 0-2 against Bradley Beal and Westbrook this year. I don't want to play them in a playoff series. I'm going to root against them for that reason, because I don't know how the playoffs are going to shape out with seeding and all that. It's kind of going to get together.
Play-in tournament.
I don't want to play them. That won't be fun for me. Because Westbrook's going to bring it in that series. You're going to see a bad man every single minute in that. So, and that's what I seen in the 2 games that we played him. He was playing up for those games and being extra intense. So, anything to add on?
Is that the only team you don't want to play in the playoffs?
I want to play the Knicks. That'd be great.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, why not? Right? How many times? Maybe you guys won't make the playoffs next year. You got to take advantage.
Oh.
I don't know. It's not like they're gonna. It's set.
Maybe you guys won't make the playoffs next year.
Oh,
the Bulls. Oh yeah, we're not making the playoffs.
We've been playing with
done
a makeshift lineup every single day, obviously with talented players. But
you signed everybody under the sun.
The Nets are like our softball team. They're looking out for players every week.
The Nets are not like our softball team, because the Nets are good.
Oh my God, damn.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way? Softball.
It's good. Yeah,
I mean, he kind of just said it right.
You guys haven't talked about it in our group chat or like brag or say good things. So I assumed the other day when I didn't hear from you guys, like, are they still playing softball? Because I haven't heard a peep out of them.
Our Monday team.
I haven't got any videos from Gravy in the outfield.
Our Monday team.
I need those.
Our Monday team isn't bad. It's pretty good. We just got to cut down on errors.
Thursday team sucks.
Our Thursday team. Oh man, that's it. I don't know. Our Thursday team. We
lost a bunch of guys.
Murdered. We got murdered last week.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I offered to give Mariah a refund on her tickets here because she had to watch that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's also April, so we'll see.
And if the outfield was 325 feet, I hit the ball 324 feet last night.
And if my mother had a mustache, she'd be my father.
So I hope a lot of people took the under on home runs for me this year.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But good.
Hey,
let us know when you guys bounce back.
We're never bouncing back, pal.
KnicksTape.
Listen, 12 out of our last 13 in the 4th seed. Don't have to worry about being in that playing game like Miami Heat. It's just.
By the way, that magazine, I looked it up. You get at Barnes and Noble's, the one that Harden threw some shade today on Twitter. He kind of, if you guys didn't see it, go on Twitter. It's a magazine, the New Yorker that goes on sale May 10th.
Yeah, I got some.
It's an animation of the Nets on the top half of the cover, and then the Knicks on the bottom, kind of trailing them playing. And Harden made sure to Photoshop that. I'm gonna cop that magazine. I want that for my collection.
I think I'm gonna buy it just to buy it.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty dope. The New Yorker. Yeah, they're. I looked at their history as far as getting artists and different people to do their covers are pretty cool. So definitely gonna cop that for $10. Barnes and Noble. Go to that. So the Knicks, the Knicks are definitely overachieving. They're the talk of the NBA right now as far as what they've done.
When you said overachieving,
why can't we just be good? Why do we have to overachieve?
Oh, I thought I didn't even try to throw shade. I was just being honest. I did you think that they'd be the 4th seed going into this year? That would be
This
if you
deep
didn't,
into
then
the
that's
season?
overachieving. Yeah, that's good. That overachieving doesn't have to have a negative context. Like, it can be good. They're doing better than it was expected. A first year head coach, first year GM. They got a lot of unknowns, a lot of young talent. That's overachieving. They had D Rose that you don't know what you were going to get out of him. He's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I have
only
no hate for
saw-
the Knicks. I have zero hate for the Knicks.
I only
want
saw
them to
RJ
lose,
Barrett
but
and Julius Randle in that cover. I don't know what you're talking about.
that's funny. For the people that are listening at home, you could check it out on YouTube. Gravy is showing us a photoshopped edition of the New Yorker that he spent his time today during, we'll say, a lunch break, because he didn't do this on his work time.
I absolutely did it on my work time, actually.
For the
Okay, he's in
record,
it.
I was trying to back you up on that one.
This is what company
And then
trying
back
to
in
use
New
for.
Yorker. So now it's like an orker.
It took me about 3 seconds, and I'm not completely done yet.
Yeah. Hey, I like it.
All right, so let's change kind of the vibe. That's our sports talk.
You don't like that Knicks vibe?
No, I love it. Hey,
I understand.
I'll always say I hate Knicks fans more than I hate the Knicks team. So at the end of the day,
Wow.
that's where my hate will reside. But the quality of the team is great. Let's talk about some random topics. One of the topics I had written down from yesterday was Bill Gates getting divorced, which was funny because he was the second billionaire in an American billionaire to get divorced in the last couple of years. Bezos got divorced last year, and it lets you know that money isn't the key to love. If for all of you out there, it doesn't mean long-term relationships. But people were posting like because Ben Affleck got caught being on a dating app. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
So people were posting Bill Gates on the dating app, like Photoshop, like DMs. It was funny. The internet's Twitter's just amazing. Let Ben Affleck live. Let him.
I wonder
go
how
on a
much
dating
money
app
she's
and,
gonna get.
Oh yeah, that's a news story. I mean, the Bezos divorce was a news story for a while.
They transferred. They had already transferred most of their wealth into their foundation. So that's kind of like where all their money's at.
Why get divorced at that point? Just stay together and just hate each other, sleep in different houses, because you can't even say rooms because they could have 3 houses on the block.
Listen, pal, I'm not gonna lie. I saw a picture of her.
Paper.
She looks more manly than he does.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, she could handle hers.
She might be able to box me out in the paint.
Yeah.
But why get divorced at that point? I don't get it.
Because they probably can't stand each other, and they're probably at this stage in their life. They don't need to worry about money, either of them.
A lot of the marriages I know can't stand each other at that age.
And
they broke.
I know if that was me and I couldn't stand you, and I'm trying to live maybe the last quarter of my life, I don't want to live it with somebody I don't really get along with anymore.
But isn't that the beauty of having all that money? You don't have
then
it's
why
such
be
a
married?
You're saying stay married.
I mean,
legally?
that's a conversation I could have for forever. Why get married?
No, I'm not talking about why be married in general.
Uh-uh.
But why be married then if they have all that money and they
listen.
don't need to be with each other? Why can't Bill be like, you know what? We're not around each other anyway. Let's just get divorced so I can do coke off strippers' asses and nobody really says anything anymore.
Allegedly. What'd you say, Gravy?
Oh, I said make sure Breedy's not listening.
Oh, she is.
Bree listens.
This is I'm vocal. I'm honest about all my opinions on life, relationships, and marriage.
I don't know. My takeaway was buy Microsoft stock now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's going on with that? What's the business? What's the street talk on that? Does it affect it at all? Like Amazon did in like a year.
Amazon went up, so I'm sure Microsoft is going to go up. Because whenever a man breaks up, they only go harder.
Pause.
Yeah, but the thing is, Bill really doesn't have anything and hasn't had anything to do with Microsoft in years. Like they're all about their foundation.
Yeah,
I do like Twitter. Some of the things that you're seeing out there. It's like Bill is leaving her for a robot. They've already made love. They're actually secretly married, Bill and this robot.
Or it was rumored that like the vaccine has Bill Gates's like information in it that like he'll be able to hook up with people because of like it's just that's why I love Twitter. You just seeing some outlandish takes and some great quality jokes.
There's this documentary, the show on Netflix. It came out maybe a year or two ago, but it's about Bill Gates. And if you watch it,
I have that on my list to watch. Right?
I watched it, and after watching that and hearing them getting divorced, my very first feeling I had was like, makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
because that dude is not like he's not like somebody I don't think someone could be married to, because he's just off in his own world at all times. He reads like, I don't know, 7-8 books a fucking week. You know?
What?
Yeah, a week.
I haven't read a book in the last 7 years.
I've never read a book.
I'm reading this good book right now, by the way. And
I hate books.
He's like constantly,
I have read a book online.
You know, traveling, trying to figure out what do you call it? Sanitation problems in countries like India, or giving them like access to toilets instead of them shitting in a thing in the back. Doing that. They're never around each other. They probably see each other. Who knows? Their kids are all grown and out. Fuck it.
Yeah, their daughter said that it was like a bad time in their lives. What are you saying?
But on the other thing, maybe there is some secret scandal that happened, and it hasn't came out yet, and we're gonna hear it. That's why this happened, and I can't wait to hear it. And I hope it's this. I hope Melinda came home from a trip to Malibu. She came home a day early, walked into the room, and saw Bill getting reamed in the ass by this robot that he made.
Oh my god!
Like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
What if it was an alien?
Could be alien. No,
I thought you were setting the stage for the opening scene of Old School for a second, but then it turned dark with the robot. It got real.
That's my favorite line too.
Love it.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah, so I mean that more proves that man, relationships, divorce, marriages, it doesn't matter if you have no money or you have 0.01111% of it. It doesn't equate to love and happiness. But
what if this happened? Let me throw a hypothetical out there. What if maybe this is some strategic plan, and I'm just going to start conspiracy theory, guys. But what if Bill is actually gay, and they broke up because secretly he's been dating Jeff Bezos
or Caitlyn Jenner,
and his wife has been dating Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. They're going to now get together. It's going to be these two fucking rich
power couples
that have all this money. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Power couples. Right?
Two power couples.
Hey.
Half of it earned it. Half of it just happened to earn it because they were in a relationship with him for 30 years. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
She earned it. She did enough. She designed Amazon. The other one designed a whole fucking computer system.
To find like the next Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos as a woman, marry him, stick with him for like 20 years, and then divorce him and get like 200 billion. Right, Danny?
Isn't life? Yeah,
I mean, that'd be nice, but awesome? I doubt it would work that way.
Yeah. As smooth. Speaking,
easier said than done.
I brought up Caitlyn Jenner. You guys see that they are running for governor of California. It seems like anybody just runs for governor of California, huh?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger had a good run.
I haven't ran in 2
months. The Rock
months.
talked about it for a little bit. Any comments on that story?
I have no comments. I see Caitlyn Jenner's name
I
and I keep scrolling.
Yeah, I think the very first question in a press conference should be, hey, what about that time you killed that person? What happened there?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah. He ran into somebody with his car.
Yeah.
I think I know about that. Tell me about it.
He did a Jim Boeheim,
Oh,
Jim Boeheim. Oh my.
No one addresses it. I know it's still an accident, but
how long ago was it? Was it?
I think it was
like 5-10 years, or was it?
I think it was like right after he came out and said that he wanted to be a girl.
they came out.
No, it's she or he.
I don't know.
Pick one.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Did
right
they
after
reveal their
she wanted to
pronouns?
be a girl, I think it happened right.
Oh, really?
back. I don't know. Somebody
Okay.
look at it.
That's
But,
wild. Yeah, that's it's funny. I probably read about that and seen that, and it's so long or so much craziness has happened in their life that it's complete. Like that's not even a thought in my head that
It I don't know.
they killed a man.
That's how she's gonna do.
Or killed the guy.
I do think.
Killed
I do
the
think
guy.
it's
Pretty
funny.
killed the guy.
I do think it's. I do think this is funny, and it's kind of ironic. So he's this great Olympic athlete, right? And then goes
He
through
was.
whatever he does, decides that he's had these feelings his whole life and wants to transition as a girl. Great, grand, more power to you. And then if you look what happened kind of when society at that point, he was like one of the biggest famous faces that was kind of doing this. So he became an icon and a vocal person for the transgender community. Okay. Now she, who is still in that position, announces they're going to run for governor and then comes out and says they're against transgender athletes playing in, each other's sports. I think isn't it kind of shock to that community? It's like, wait, you're supposed to be on our side.
Yeah, and the reasoning is to make sure that women are still at a fair advantage and vice versa or whatever. So I get the reasoning behind it, but it doesn't, it's not the first thing you want to hear kind of the day after that they say they're running and then kind of go, by the way, I'm not for this. And it's like, whoa, I thought you were supposed to be the person.
Like the Courage Award at the ESPYs or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that, 2-3 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's just say my dad was not happy about that.
I'm sure a lot of dads weren't happy about that. I hope my dad wasn't watching that one. At least nobody videoed him watching that, because that wouldn't be good for my image, I guess. What happens when you put a White Castle in Orlando? Madness
White Castle's
happens.
good as fuck.
Right?
Same thing that happens when you put a Steak and Shake in Iowa.
The Steak and Shake here had to close down.
I was gonna say, was that madness?
Joke. No, wait. It opened and it's like right kind of by my house. It's on the street, and it's on a street that is about to get onto an interstate. By the way,
it's right off the exit.
Yeah, right off the exit of the interstate.
This doesn't sound good.
And there were the very first day of the weekend, there was cars backed up through the intersection of people trying to get into interstate in line to get at the Steak and Shake, which is fucking insane to me. Like,
That's ridiculous.
First off. But no, recently that Steak and Shake had to shut down because they had so much demand they couldn't hire enough people, and so they shut the restaurant down until they could hire people. And then they just opened back up like last week, and there was an article in the paper here.
Oh my goodness.
It's because they have nothing else to talk about, but still, like, it's just like that line was absolutely ridiculous. And I'm imagining that's how it was for White Castle in Orlando. And by the way, if you ever have a stomach ache, feel constipated, go eat some White Castle.
Absolutely. I've never had White Castle before midnight, ever. Like, it's always like midnight to 3 a.m. is the time to have White Castle. It definitely isn't the right time, but it's probably the only time you might think about, wow, is White Castle open, or let's go
Taco Bell.
Let's go get the shits real quick.
It's funny you said in Orlando, because I remember I took the Greyhound bus to Orlando to go to the Canes game when they played Florida, and like right at the entrance for the bus stop, there was a Popeyes, and this is when the chicken sandwich first came out, and I had the video on my phone. I'll send it to you. That line was like wrapped around down the street for a fucking chicken sandwich. Like,
that Popeyes crazy.
Yeah, people were going nuts over this chicken sandwich.
Was that at the beginning of the pandemic? So like people were almost distracted for a little bit.
It was the year before.
It was the year before.
Yeah.
My thinking back to the last 365 days are always off, because I don't know what was last year and what was 2 years ago.
I was living. It was when I was living in Florida.
2020.
Damn, that was that long ago. See, I feel like that was something that happened a year and a half ago, but it happened that long. That's wild.
It was like 2019, fall of 2019. I want to say.
Wow.
2019.
Yeah, that
2020
craziness.
don't count in my book.
No.
Popeyes made everybody rethink their menu. All of a sudden, Wendy's was making sure
Yep.
they push one. McDonald's came out with a chicken sandwich, which is pretty fucking good, by the way.
Yuck.
They're all trying to catch Chick-fil-A though.
Yeah, that Chick-fil-A
The
line.
goat.
You want to talk about every
They're
single day
so good with
on
that
US
shit,
1
bro.
in Florida and on Oakland, just past Oakland. That line, man, from 11:30 to about 1:32, that 2-3 hours, you would think it's a car accident happened if you're on the right lane all the way like 3 lights back. It's
But they have
wild.
that
Every
shit figured out though. At least at the
Oh,
one here in Jacksonville, like they got
Bro.
like 6, 7 of them taking orders outside, and that shit is moving like a well-oiled machine.
I give it to you. You go in there, the wait to get in line, but once you pull up, you're getting your meal within 5 minutes. And it's they have their shit. They figured out. We need to hire them, that company, to do a lot of our things that we have long lines for, because they know how the logistics works as far as a drive-through. You have multiple lanes, you have
DMV.
iPads, you have DMV. The DMV's got to figure something out. They got to
Give them
they got to
Chick-fil-A
get with
workers.
Chick-fil-A for real. And they're always
should have
saying, "God bless
Chick-fil-A
you. Have a
day.
great day."
They should have Chick-fil-A day at the DMV and have those workers switch and then see how much they process through, you know.
The government and the state, they don't. They set that up purposely. They don't want you to go in for a new driver's license. They want you to get a ticket.
It's
and
totally
you run
purpose. It is totally
Yeah.
100% purpose.
Yeah.
When you get hired there, they don't tell you when you apply. When they tell you to apply, it's gonna be a great place. Your day one there, they take you into a room. They say, "Hey, fuck everything you've read.
You've
or
ever
seen in
known.
that video. The whole goal here is about attitude. So these next 3 weeks of training, we're gonna work on your attitude. And your attitude is fuck it. You can sit there, do whatever you want. I'm gonna eat my food. So lunches aren't 30 minutes; they're 3 hours, and you eat the same meal, and you chew it, and then you take one person every now and then. By the way, that leads me to another point. Why don't we have driver's licenses that are just 100% electronic? Every state should have it. If I have to carry my driver's license around anymore,
We're getting
I'm
to
going to
that
punch somebody
fast.
in the face. There's no need to take it. I can show you my phone. All of my cards are on my phone. I show you my driver's license on my phone. I'm about to not carry my driver's license anymore and just carry a picture of it on my phone.
Bro, that's why. So that's why over the last few years with the Apple Wallet and all that, it's taken credit cards. They just got to figure out this. Each state, I guess, or government across the board have to figure out is the main reason how to monetize it. How do I make money? How do I get more from the consumer? And that's what it is. It's all these ideas they know and they have a plan for. Because I've thought that before, because I just actually put my credit card or a credit card in my Apple Wallet for the first time. I was like, oh, could it just happen to pop up when I
Welcome to
went
the
into my
21st
online-
century.
Yeah. Right? But I was thinking that recently with the driver's license. Why when I lose this thing that is so important for me to live, like do things, whether it's drive, whether it's, get pulled over or out in the street and something that's so important is you lose it and you gotta wait 2 weeks to get a new one, and the process where it's just be digital, and it's because they haven't figured out how to make money from it. But once they do, they'll implement it. And I would say that's probably in 5 to 10 years. I think we won't be holding driver's license on us in the next 5 to 10 years easily.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, Ben, I do have a question for you.
Huh.
Have you chosen a soccer team yet?
I haven't.
Well,
I don't have time to do anything. I barely have time. I don't have time to watch anything. I don't have time to do anything. I've tried. I've been looking up. I did. No, I didn't. I was looking at MLS teams, and I was like, I'm just going to stick with Chicago since that's where all my teams are.
No.
And
You need an English team.
No,
I know. I said that, but I also want to pick an MLS team so I could actually go to games, right? And so my choices there are
but
Kansas City team
you
or
could
Chicago.
have both. No, MLS, if you have an MLS team, it's more regional based. So like that really doesn't count. You have to have a world team, and it doesn't have to have any affiliation or you have to justify it. Just pick a world team.
Oh yeah, I'll pick a world team. I just haven't had a chance to look into anything.
Well, you're an early morning riser. The English Premier League's on 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays.
Yeah, but that's my training time. That's my workout time. So I can't interrupt that.
Well, Man City is in the finals. That's why Gravy brought that up.
Actually,
First time
They are
ever,
in the
by
finals.
the way. I didn't think that was when I read that this was the first time ever. I was shocked at that.
yeah, dude, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we sucked. We were in like Division 3 or some shit. But guys like Company, Joe Hart, Silva, I said Company.
Is Aguero
Those
still on
guys.
the team?
Yeah, this is his last year. He's leaving. We spoke about
Okay,
that on a
but-
previous episode.
Okay.
Come on, guy, do your homework. But no, that's not actually not why
A
I
lot
said
of
that.
fucking
I was,
sports for me to
I was
retain
saying,
information on.
I was bringing up soccer because as a City fan, I love when my rival is in shambles, and watching United fans storm Old
Yeah.
Trafford and shoot flares into the stands and destroy the field and the goalposts and the corner flags like 2 hours before game time was awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's amazing that that lit atmosphere of it's amazing.
Can you
that
imagine
gotta
if
get
someone
to
broke into Yankee Stadium and did that?
They'd be considered a terrorist.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
100%.
in Yankee Stadium. Yeah, that exactly.
In
what
New
Dan
York,
said.
That's
In
what Old
Yankee
Trafford is,
Stadium,
though.
They would be considered a terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shot on the spot.
yeah, no
And
questions
then they
asked.
would have been. Then they would have been
I
hung.
thought it was a gun.
outside
They
the
probably
stadium.
got snipers somewhere at Yankee Stadium just waiting for someone to do
In the
something
Bronx.
stupid.
Right on the
Yeah,
train
well,
tracks.
There's guns in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium, but not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You
I,
ever go to Yankee Stadium, you don't feel really safe around that neighborhood. And I used to work out there, and it's
I've been
once
to
you go
old
a
Yankee
block up
Stadium,
from
but
the
no,
from the cops, you don't feel safe.
Yeah. I've been to old Yankee Stadium. That's where I got chased in the alley. My brother and I.
There you go.
Because
Sounds
for
about
real,
white.
For
Yeah, I've
for real.
heard this story.
Yeah, because we were walking through this alley and these people coming through in like it was like a Jeep
People?
Cherokee, and they came like whipping by. I mean, going so fast. And my brother yelled out the window, "Slow the fuck down!" And they slammed on their brakes. All four dudes jumped out of the car and ran right up to us. By the way, I was I was 16 at the time, so my brother was 14.
Before or after the game? I just want to see your mindset.
It had nothing to do with the game.
Were they wearing
okay.
butters?
No, we were just walking around exploring.
Got you.
And my aunt lives there, and they came running up to me, my face, and they're like, "What the fuck did you say?" Blah blah, all this stuff. And I was like, I panicked. I was like, "Damn, oh sorry." Blah. My brother said, "Slow the fuck down." You guys are going. They're like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Iowa." And then they're like,
Iowa.
The rest of the time you're here,
He says
yeah.
just like that.
The rest of the time you're here, don't say a fucking word to anybody, or you're gonna fucking die.
shit.
And I was like, "Oh shit." They left and went back to their car. I looked at my brother and I was like, "If you say a word to anybody here or looked at them in the eye, you're gonna fucking die."
Oh my God.
Yeah. That same
Sense.
trip, we were walking around in Brooklyn, and there was a dude playing a drum, like on the corner, and we walked by him.
Was it a drum or a bucket?
It was a bucket. Yeah, sorry.
There you go. That's how you
This
know
is-
you're in New York.
This is the funny
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. And he had like this little money thing, and we didn't have no money. And so we kept walking by. As soon as we walked across the street, he jumps up, kicks his bucket, and starts running after us, right?
What the fuck?
And we're panic running. We pull into like a little Dunkin' Donuts and go inside. And he doesn't go inside, but he's banging on the outside window. And I was like to the lady, I was like, "Hey, he's chasing us. We're teenagers. Like he's chasing us." And she was like, "What the fuck did you do to him?" I was like, "We didn't do anything. Like he had a money thing. We had to give him money." And she's like, "Well, you better give him money, otherwise he's gonna be waiting for you out there." And I was like,
What?
"Damn, what the fuck are we gonna do?"
And Ben's never been back to New York since.
Oh yeah, no, that's not true. I've been back so.
Nah, I don't know. I assume that.
I actually like that stuff, you know.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
We get upset when we go to New York and we don't have like fun things to like stories on the subway and stuff like that. We don't have too many random stories when Bree and I go, "Ooh, safe. Ooh, that looked
Wait.
like that hurt."
Well, actually, shout out to Manchester City making the Champions League finals.
Speaking of soccer, I just want to say, since we've had this talk, I've been paying a lot more attention to everything that's going on, and it's formulating kind of my opinions on teams and who I might want to pick, but it's still out in the open. So send me messages if you have of your team, and fill out an application and I'll choose one.
Fill out an application.
I did promise Mo, because I was bothering him today about Roma. They did hire
Maurice.
They
Shout
hired
out
Jose
Mo.
Mourinho as their next coach. I don't
Big
really
move.
like Mourinho.
If Mo's excited about it, I'm excited about it for him because
I told
I
Mo
love his passion.
Tati's not walking through that door, so you better sit the fuck down.
I'm trying to get him to come over tomorrow, which would be today when this episode comes out for the soccer game, but at 3:00. Oh man, we need root for Real Madrid so we could have a Real Madrid Man City finals match. That'd be great. That'd be good for us just to watch. Maybe we'll live stream it, whatever.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Sure.
Let's see. Any other? Let's jump in before I forget. Bet the Fort. Let's jump into that. My boy
we're
was
at like
back
3
last
hours.
week. No, we're not. I have it timed. Don't worry.
I was 2-1.
Bet the Fort. No, you went 3-1 last week.
Okay, doesn't
I
even
had
know
4
what's on
picks.
bets.
I thought
What?
I only had 3 picks.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, I didn't. That was the week before that. My bad.
Elliot, what's the word?
Elliot.
Yeah.
It was 2-1.
Yeah,
Thank you,
seriously.
Elliot. I appreciate that, man. This is why this guy Elliot gets more money than we do.
Elliot, you need to pick up your fucking speed.
Yeah.
We need to have these stats.
Stop investigating sex child murders. Anyway, so bet the Fort. Let's hear the picks for the week.
I don't really have any picks, to be honest. I do have a prop bet that
my man's not prepared.
Yeah, not prepared at all this week. The prop bet I got though is Chris Paul threes. If it's at 1.5, take the over.
Take the over.
Yeah, it's been hitting.
That's kind of like what you were doing with Joe Harris. What was it? Always like 2.5.
2.5,
You'd always take
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it got up to 3.5, and it was.
Yeah. Then it
iffy.
was like, I'm losing money at this point.
Yeah. So.
if
Chris Paul.
I want to
is at
see you do
1.5.
more like prop bets. Like per week, I want to see like 2 or 3 bets, and then maybe like 1 or 2 prop bets. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Because your record right now is pretty good. It's, at the end of the day, if you were betting $10, $100 for all the bets you've done so far, you'd be up. So at the end of the day, as long as you're profiting in these bets, so bet the Fort is in the green.
For real. We're gonna get a bet the Fort
I always
NFT.
watch Bet the Fort NFT. I always watch the Joe Harris every day, every game now. Since you're doing this, if it's at 2.5, I'll usually go with it. If it hits 3.5, I never go for it.
No, yeah, 3.5 is a lot of threes because then they got to hit 4.
I'm like,
that's a lot of
like,
threes.
I watch Steph Curry's 2 all the time. And if it's at 4.5, I might do it. But like last night it was at 5.5, which he's been on tear lately.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson's a good one too. If he's at like 3.5, it's usually a kind of money.
Where's Tyler Hero going to play at next year?
Back at Kentucky.
Miami Heat ain't trading that for LeBron, bro.
Hey, we never did say where we thought Russell was going to go.
Yeah, he's going. He's not. Can we agree he's not staying in Washington?
I see him in Boston or
Is he a free
somewhere
agent?
in Cali.
No, he's still got years. What does he got left on the contract?
I don't know if he's a free
Definitely
agent,
hope
but
not
he's
Boston.
not.
No,
staying.
he definitely has 1 or 2 years left.
Boston
maybe
needs
2.
a point guard. Kemba is
You
not
think
it.
Washington flips him? Is that
Yeah, I think they flip him.
Damn, that'd be wild.
What about the Clippers?
No.
You
I
don't
mean,
think
he's
so?
already played with Paul George.
Yeah.
No, the Clippers can't afford that. Think about it. He makes over $40 million a year.
Yeah.
You got to make that money make sense.
Miami.
New York Knicks, baby.
Fuck it.
Absolutely
I wouldn't
not.
want Russell.
Why would that would be dope? Westbrook and
No thanks.
no?
We got Alfred Payton.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, don't you dare. Don't you
yeah,
dare.
yeah.
Don't you
They
dare.
won 12 out of the last
I'll-
13, and now Alfred Payton.
Can you
relax?
relax?
I'll go back to the
All of
receipts
you-
on Twitter.
All of you relax.
Oh,
You didn't
we
let me
relax.
finish.
Oh, comma.
Alfred Payton can't shoot the fucking ball.
Well, we
Another
know
one. We
this.
don't need another point guard who can't shoot the ball. Okay, if we're gonna have a point guard who can't shoot, then I'll take Alfred Payton at $2 million. I don't want Russell Westbrook. We need a guard that can shoot.
Well, all I know is if you guys want to take that next step as a New York Knicks franchise, you will have to improve the roster and kind of trade some guys that overachieved this year and try to get
We don't
somebody
need to
back.
trade anybody.
What? What? What do you
What do
think?
you-
You can keep the same team and you're going to get better?
No, but we don't need
You
to
don't think
trade
you-
anybody. Like, we don't need to trade anybody that's overachieving.
What I'm saying is take advantage of their value now.
No.
Okay. Never. All right. Never mind. Just
We
keep
we
being
still
New
have
York
room to
Knicks.
sign another max player.
Okay. Then. But
Like,
okay.
we could trade guys like Kevin Knox. But
Okay.
I'm not
But what I'm
trading
saying is
RJ. I'm not
there-
trading Obi. I'm not trading
there-
Julius.
There
I'm
aren't.
not trading
There
Quickly,
are no
I'm not
max
trading
guys out
Rose.
there. There are no. See, this is what bothers me as Knicks fans. This is what I'm
Why?
saying. In order to improve a team, there's no max players out there. Who's out there next year, or the year after?
You have
that
no
is-
idea who's out there right
What are you
now.
talking- I've looked up this all the time. There's nobody
Lonzo
that's
Ball.
Isn't Kawhi a
who.
free agent?
Yeah. Who?
Kawhi's a free agent. Lonzo's a free agent.
Oh, you're gonna pull him from out.
I didn't say that. You're
I
saying
know,
Kawhi.
but I'm just saying.
Kawhi's
in
not
order,
leaving.
you guys have the money to spend. You guys will either have to sign someone, which there are no major franchise changing players out there, or you will need to trade. That's it. That isn't bad.
can
You'll
sign-
need to make another
we
move.
can sign a free agent.
Who?
Lonzo Ball.
You just,
As-
Lonzo
he's
has
going to the
improved his
Bulls.
shot, but
So,
Ben, the Bulls, I don't know if you've been watching. They suck. Okay, pal.
hey, bro. First off, Zach LaVine, COVID. By the way, fuck the COVID restrictions. Isn't this shit
Yeah,
over with?
You're out like 3 months if you
It's
test positive.
ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, we won't worry about that now. But yeah, Lonzo will be a Bull.
And this
I'm
Nets
writing all my
Bucks game's
predictions.
getting tight.
Just-
Oh,
DeSantis shut that COVID shit down.
Yeah.
He was like, "Fuck everything."
Oh, we're hyped. And New York City's opening back up. They put
Yeah.
it was all over the news today. July, open that. If New York City's opening up, you know the rest of the country is, and that's a big deal for life, for sports, for oh my god, I can't wait for the energy this summer from every aspect of my life.
Brandon Ingram's
Iowa.
running T-Max tonight.
As long as Dogecoin keep going up, I'm happy.
Yeah, Dogecoin is it had a bad week last week, did it? And then it kind of went back up.
got
Yeah,
up
and
to
that's
60
taking
cents.
over. Yeah, 60, huh? Yeah, it was kind of like peaking around that. What is it, like 40 cents, and then it dipped down to
Yeah.
35. I kind of watch it from a distance, not because I have money invested into it. Just on Twitter, I kind of
It dropped all the way
Paying
down like
attention to.
14, 15. It dipped pretty hard, and then it just shot right back up after. It hasn't looked back
Typical.
since.
Typical crypto volatility.
Yeah, I was
I like the
watching
bull
a few
season.
videos about it.
No,
God,
it's been down. You know, there's only been about one run, and that was about for 7 games. Otherwise, it's been down.
I'm surprised
is-
though. I thought Vooch was gonna help you guys a lot.
To be honest, he hasn't played that well.
No,
But
I mean,
the team. I don't know. They don't.
wow. KD and PJ Tucker getting into it right now on the free throw, like on the free throw line, just arguing. The refs aren't doing shit
yeah,
about it. I
those
love
guys
that.
are good friends.
Let them play.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
we
but
should-
they're giving it to each other like me and
Yeah.
you would on the court.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we're
yeah.
boys, but it's like we're in each other's face. Like we're not mentioning like relatives, but we're getting to
Yeah.
that point. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how deep. That's how they
Bro.
just looked on the court. That's dope. I love that.
That used
That
to be Dom and
competitiveness.
I. When I used to play Dom and Rec, I used to guard him full court. And like, they used to say like Brady doesn't like to be touched. I would bump Dom the entire way of the court just to piss him off.
One of those, right?
Yeah.
Just do one of those like chest to shoulder, like the
Yep.
whole time down the court.
Nudge
Like
him,
no
hold
foul,
his
no foul,
jersey.
no foul.
Yeah, you got to do that. I always used to do that when I would play like in rec league games, like try and piss off like the other
Be
team's
that Pat
best player.
Beverly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get in
No,
your head.
I'm not trying to end people's careers.
to.
Can't
Yeah,
stand
no,
that.
Pat Bev's a bitch.
Let's wrap it up with some shout outs. Shout out Nate. He DM'd us about talking about some crazy. He wanted us to talk about some crazy stuff, which I can't even pronounce some of the stuff. Mo, we already mentioned him. Any shout outs on your guys' end?
Shout out.
Shout outs, love. Oh, happy birthday to my bro. April 30th was his birthday the other day. My family's coming next week. I'm going to be recording next week, even though my family, I'm going to suffer through it. Not suffer
Shout
through
out my
it.
beard uncle.
Oh, beard uncle.
What's his name?
Uncle.
Hey.
Uncle. We call him Uncle Neg.
Okay.
Shout out Uncle. Bird watcher. Love that guy.
Bird watcher.
Big fan. He's our top 5 fan. Go ahead for it.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say is shout out all the Mother's Day this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going home to see my mother's this weekend. So
Where's that at? Is that far from you?
it's about 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's got to do a lot of driving this weekend.
Huh?
I said, you got to do a lot of driving this weekend.
Yep.
This guy's
Yep.
going all over Iowa.
Yeah, I'm excited. My family, my mom, my sister, my nephew will be in town on Friday. So when we record, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm trying to. Oh my God, I've been working all weekend, the house prepared, so they'll be here. Hopefully they're quiet for the hour and a half that we do this podcast next week. But yeah, some announcements. I think I'm gonna be Inter Miami game, right? Fort, you want to mention that real quick? Maybe we'll have some going on with that.
My cousin's husband. It's weird saying that because I grew up with her.
It is, right?
She's like married. He plays on the FC Tucson out in Arizona, and they're playing Inter Miami on the 16th. And we're gonna try and set up some kind of, whether it be like an interview or a question answer, some kind of deal. And either I think Ray's gonna go down. Either we'll probably do some kind of like Instagram live like we did for the UFC fight, or we'll do like some IGTV or post or story post, anything like that for that game, just to kind of venture out there and have other things we can cover and more material for you guys.
For sure.
Yeah, we're working. A lot of us.
They're not playing the senior team, right? They're just
no. It's like the level.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
I also had no idea that they were married.
Yeah, they're married.
Oh, that's lit. Shout out Gabby.
Gabby made our logo. Shout out. I live 10 minutes away from that stadium, so I hope to get to that game. But we're doing behind the scenes stuff. We got interviews coming up. We got hopefully a sponsor locking down in the next month or two. Merchandise. We got the stickers that we put on Instagram. If you want some, let us know. Whichever host lives closest to you,
they're going by fast.
Drop by. Yeah, they're actually sold out. I forgot to tell you, they're sold out. No more. We're gonna have to order some more. Ben, get on it.
They're minted too, by the way.
We had 2,000 stickers. Had 2,000 stickers. Came and went. Family and friends got the first delivery. We'll have to re-up on another maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000 stickers coming to a bat stall near you. So that's it. We're working on merch. We're gonna have what is it? SIFTP, save it for the pod, because a lot of times we're talking in group chats and we got some good conversations going on. Sometimes we got to save it for the pod.
Exclusive shit though.
Yeah, so we got a lot of things coming.
Save it for the pod.
Yeah, I love that. We got some things coming up, so we appreciate it. That's episode 14, episode 15 next week. Watch us on YouTube. Leave us a review. You leave us a comment. Subscribe. And follow us on Instagram. That's it. Have a good night.